Why you, what are you saying? Father, do you realize how dangerous your situation is right now? First Sounen, then Yenso, if he truly trusted you, or believed the heart demon mark was all-powerful, why would he still need to use those two to keep you in check? Clearly, in his eyes, even if you're not Yi Daoqi, you might become the next Yuan Shing. He didn't act against you before because Xinhua sect still needed a powerhouse like you. He didn't want external enemies to take advantage. But now that he's reached the 7th layer of the innate realm, and can destroy a mighty sect like Maching sect all by himself, do you really think he'll let you continue to grow? Sai Huayu, of course your father knows all this. But killing Yuan Shing, that's easier said than done. You've already seen what happened to the people of Maching sect. Even Yu Hongyan, whose cultivation far surpassed mine, crumbled instantly before someone at the 7th layer of the innate realm. We simply can't oppose him right now. But what if there's a way? What did you say? After the Tianzhou ceremony, Yu Hongyan noticed some strange clues. At the same time, Yenryu noticed something unusual during the ceremony as well. Yuan Shing's fate energy appeared on Yenso? If that's true, then could it mean? Father, do you have any idea what this might mean? Humph, I had sensed something odd about his recent breakthrough. But I could never quite place what felt off. From what I know, whether it was the proposal or the actual event, the Tianzhou ceremony was entirely orchestrated by that Taoist from the Song Empire, Qi Shu. If this breakthrough was part of a special ritual, then it must have been a technique provided by Qi Shu. As expected, that Taoist again. But given Yuan Shing's cautious nature, there's no way he fully trusted Qi Shu's plan. He must have prepared a backup plan. So, Yuan Shing's backup was transferring his soul into Yenso, to preserve his spirit, while letting a shell body attempt the breakthrough? It wasn't exactly soul transfer, nor was it an empty shell. Soul transfer isn't that easy. Look at all the trouble Yi Daoqi had trying to seize my body, let alone Yuan Shing. Over the years, I've slowly discovered a secret. The entire Yu branch, including Yenso, may not even be alive. They're all fake bodies created by Yuan Shing. These fake bodies have no human will and follow his orders absolutely. Right now, the one controlling Yuan Shing's body is likely one of these temporarily created fake consciousnesses. Maybe Yuan Shing didn't fully trust Qi Shu, or perhaps he wasn't content with ascending through unorthodox means. That's why, at the critical moment, he transferred his soul into Yenso's fake body. If he didn't transfer it before the breakthrough, once his spirit fused with the Tao, it would be etched with Tao marks, and there'd be no turning back. No matter which possibility is true, it means that in order to defeat Yuan Shing, we don't need to confront someone at the 7th layer of the innate realm, we just need to kill Yenso. Yuan Shing planned everything meticulously, yet he created a massive flaw for himself. This time, Yenryu has truly done us both a huge favor. But there's one thing. During the ascension ceremony, Yuan Shing managed to transfer his soul into Yenso's body without anyone noticing. How do we know he can't just transfer it back at any moment? If that's the case, killing Yenso alone would be meaningless. He might have already switched his soul back by now. There's also another possibility, avatars. What if the entire Yu branch is actually composed of Yuan Shing's avatars? Could he revive himself at any time through any of the EU elders? To deal with someone like him, we need to use the death verdict sword. I wonder if Ahao can still spare another trace of the death verdict sword intent for me. Huayu, you're overestimating Yuan Shing. Even now, he's still relying on the leftovers of Yi Daoqi. Back then, Yi Daoqi created a technique called phantom soul derivation to cultivate the 6 desires quickly. It allowed him to create multiple fake bodies with basic consciousness. These fake bodies would each cultivate one aspect of the 6 desires, and later, the resulting cultivation could be fed back into his true self. These fake bodies weren't avatars. They had no real connection to Yi Daoqi, they were purely constructs of a cultivation technique. However, after creating phantom soul derivation, Yi Daoqi discovered a flaw. The fake bodies could only cultivate techniques from the EU branch. He wanted to improve the method, but unfortunately, he died prematurely. Why does Gi sound a little too familiar with Yi Daoqi? The EU elders created by Yuan Shing likely came from this technique. since the fake bodies have only basic consciousness, Yuan Shing never let them handle complicated matters. Normally, it was your father and Sounen doing all the real work. The reason Yuan Shing could break through to the 6th layer of the innate realm before the Great Cultivation Era descended definitely had something to do with these fake bodies. So the reason Yuan Shing could transfer his soul into Yenso was because of this technique? Exactly. Because the original purpose of Idochi's technique was to allow the cultivation progress of fake bodies to feed back into the original body, not just Jinchi, but the entire realm of cultivation itself, so he needed to periodically transfer his soul into them to absorb their cultivation results. But going in is easy, coming back is hard. Without at least 10 days to half a month of preparation, the soul can't return from the fake body. That's the flaw of phantom soul derivation. Even Idochi couldn't fix it, so there's no way Yuan Shing could have done better with a hand-me-down method. Does Guy know a little too much about Idochi? He didn't seem to understand him that well before. Once we return to the real world, I should use the system to probe that guy, see if he's really Guy or actually Idochi in disguise. Your father once had his body seized by a remnant soul of Idochi. As my cultivation has improved over time, I've started to recall fragments of Idochi's memories from time to time. Looks like father has gained a blessing in disguise. So now, we just need to kill old Yen to take out Yuan Shing? It's still not that easy. Yuan Shing was originally at the peak of the 6th layer, even though his soul now resides in old Yan's body and can't exert full strength. He's still far beyond any ordinary innate realm 5th layer cultivator. I'm bound by the heart demon seal and can't lay a hand on him. Everything will depend on you, my son. I'll find a way to create an opportunity for you to be alone with old Yen. What about Yuan Shing's original body? If the old Yen version of Yuan Shing dies, what happens to his original body? The pseudo-soul created using phantom soul derivation will vanish once the host dies. Yuan Shing's original innate realm 7th layer body would then become an empty shell. However, that original body must be restrained by an outsider. Otherwise, with that 7th layer body free to provide backup at any moment, not only would you fail to kill old Yen, but you might lose your life instead. And that outsider is eternal heavens. Humph, this cheap old man really has everything arranged neatly for me. His tracking of Yen Ryu this time was likely aimed at finding me through eternal heavens. If that's the case, once I return to reality, cooperating with him might not be a bad move. Still, the best option is to uncover the trick behind the promotion assembly and stop Yuan Shing from reaching the 7th layer. Using people from eternal heavens to restrain Yuan Shing's original innate 7th layer body is certainly feasible. If I want to convince eternal heavens to strike against a 7th layer cultivator, there's one person who's key. I need you, Father, to help me track down his whereabouts. Who? Qi Shu. 2 days later. Taoist Qi, may I ask where your next destination is after leaving the Xinhua sect this time? Who's there? Show yourself. I've long admired your name, Taoist Qi. I am Zhou Yanping. Zhou Yanping was born when Ji Jinya infused his greedy thoughts into a suitable mother. Zhou Yanping was a sinister and manipulative person who presented himself as a handsome, charming, and talented Confucian scholar. As a subordinate of Ji Jinya, Zhou Yanping instigated the civil war in the Xilan kingdom to lure the Bailian Xie sect and the Qi Liang cult to a trap. Zhou Yanping was obsessed with obtaining the natural Dao seed, which enables one to harmonize with the Tao without entering the innate realm 7th layer. Since Xilan Wei Xie Yan possesses this power, Zhou Yanping believed that the former possessed the natural Dao seed and wanted to capture him. Although Zhou Yanping was a well-informed strategist with an eye for detail, his failure to properly assess Xie Yan's true identity and combat abilities cost him his life.